Happy Festivus! It's time for the annual airing of grievances when it comes to personal finance. Hi, this is financial planner Sean Mullaney. Let's discuss. So 2023 presented several grievances. I'll give you three in this video. My first 2023 personal finance grievance is all this content telling us don't contribute to traditional 401ks and other retirement accounts, right? We're hearing a lot from content creators, oh no, taxes and retirement are going to be terrible. You should do Roth 401k contributions. Well, I've done the math. I've done a couple blog posts. I've done videos. And the math tells us for most Americans, and this is the vast majority of Americans, in my opinion, the math works out that traditional retirement account contributions are fantastic. Part of the reason I don't like this content that's saying, oh, you got to do a Roth 401k is it's spreading fear around a behavior that many Americans just sort of luck into, and it turns out it's the right behavior. One of the best things most Americans can do for their financial futures is contribute to a traditional retirement plan at work. Take those deductions today. And then when you take the money out in retirement, it turns out it's actually relatively lightly taxed. Right. So that's my first big grievance with personal finance in 2023. All this content scaring people away from something that most Americans should be doing, which is contributing to those traditional retirement accounts at work. My second grievance with personal finance in 2023 is worrying about IRMAA, right? IRMAA is a surcharge that relatively affluent folks pay when they have Medicare and their income's too high. Here's the thing. The income thresholds are pretty high, particularly for married folks. And the surcharge itself just isn't that bad. Now, yes, if you're $1,000 away from one of these bend points, you're thinking about a Roth conversion, yeah, you might want to slow it or make it a really big Roth conversion so you blow way past that bend point. But outside of those types of special situations, IRMAA just isn't anything to worry that much about for two reasons. One, like I said, the surcharge is relatively modest. And two, if you're paying IRMAA, it's usually an indication that your personal finances are doing great. I have yet to meet the person whose personal finances were derailed because they paid some IRMAA, okay? Look, does anybody want to write a bigger check to the government? Absolutely not. But in terms of a planning objective, particularly when we're in the accumulation phase, IRMAA just isn't that big a thing. It's sort of like quicksand in the old cartoons, right? If you watch the old cartoons, there are all these quicksand traps. Well, you get to become an adult, and it turns out, well, wait a minute, those cartoons weren't accurate. It turns out in adulthood, quicksand traps are just not that big a deal. Same thing with IRMAA. IRMAA has very little to do with most retirees' lived experience. So that's my second big grievance for 2023 is worry about IRMAA. And then my third grievance for the year 2023 is folks saying, oh, you better be worried about those 2 5-year rules for Roth IRAs. Are there 2 5-year rules? Yes, I blogged about them. You can read about them in the blog posts I'll put in the description below. But as a practical matter, when we step back, we say, well, do these 5-year rules ever tax a Roth IRA distribution? The answer to that question is yes, in exceedingly rare cases. Here's the thing. Most Americans that have a Roth IRA have made annual contributions to that Roth IRA. Because of that, if they ever take a non-qualified withdrawal at any time from that Roth IRA, the odds are very likely that that will be entirely tax and entirely penalty-free, right? Content creators don't lead with that line, right? Well, yes, you're going to, if you take a non-qualified withdrawal, which you probably shouldn't just because you probably want that in there to bake for as long as possible, but there are times where from a planning perspective, you'd actually want to take a non-qualified withdrawal from a Roth IRA. Fine, let's just say you did. The odds are you're not going to pay any tax and you're not going to pay any penalty. Those 2 5-year rules have very little bite just based on the Roth IRA ordering rules for non-qualified withdrawals, which suck out first those tax-free and penalty-free returns of old annual contributions. So that's my third grievance with personal finance this year. That said, overall, I'm very happy with personal finance. I'm very happy with the growth on this channel. I want to give a shout out to all the subscribers. And I want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel so that as good as 2023 was for my channel, 2024 can see even more explosive growth for my channel. So please hit the subscribe button. And I want to wish everyone out there, including the content creators I disagree with, a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Looking forward to seeing you all in 2024. Please mash that like button and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time.